As to whether the market is more B2B or B2C, today, surely it's more B2B. We talk to companies all the time who are using everything from Google Glass to police cameras to other wearables in trials and tests, smartwatches, and a lot of this is actually helping people do their jobs better. So there's a very clear return on investment for enterprises to give workers some of these wearables. A lot of people are asking the question whether insurance policies are going to be linked somehow to wearable technology. And I believe that this will happen. I think in 2015 you might hear about some experiments. In the United States, for example, we have a lot of automobile insurers who are placing telematic devices inside of cars, and if you drive well, you get a discount. So a similar model would apply to healthcare wearables. We've been thinking a lot about the Apple Watch and whether it will appeal to people, given that you have to have an iPhone and that it's also a relatively expensive device. Although in US dollars it will start at $349, which isn't terrible. It's about the same as a game console. I would say that Apple is better than any other company in the world at teaching people about new product categories. Before there was the iPod, there were MP3 players. Apple used its channel in the retail stores, its ecosystem of software and content players, and its brand to teach people why this mattered. And we think that that's what they're going to do with Apple Watch as well. In terms of comparing Withings Activité with Apple Watch, they have a really different philosophy about what a wearable device should be. Withings is saying, you want to wear a normal watch, but you want to also track your health. And so they're going after a fashion-forward kind of scenario. Apple, it wants to be fashion-forward, and they're going to show, for example, options in gold that'll be very expensive. But they also are trying to make it a much more explicitly digital device. You can open up the door to your hotel room at a W Hotel with it, or you could pay for goods with NFC on Apple Pay. So these are two really different philosophies, and it could be that both are successful, but with different audiences. In terms of the best selling wearable in 2015, it's certainly hard to beat Apple Watch because, again, they're going to teach people why this matters, and they're going to legitimize the entire idea of wearables. I think in 2016, you'll start to see other kinds of things happen. Smart clothing, for example, has a lot of promise in the future. A lot of people wonder, why are healthcare trackers the top-selling part of the wearables market today? Part of the reason is that you don't want to duplicate what you're doing on your phone on a wearable, so you have to look for cases where a wearable makes sense for the body. And one of the things you can't do as well with the phone as you can with a wearable is track things like your heart rate and your perspiration, and even your step counting is more accurate. This is another reason why also smart clothing will do a good job. So the Ralph Lauren Polo Tech shirt with Ohm signal technology is an example of this. I do think that in the future we will see even more ideas. For example, smart earbuds that can sense your mood and play a song that is suited to your mood. Those kinds of things will come as well.